Alright, bronies and jabronis, first test drive after owning this car for a few days. So let's see. Let's get it cracking. Let's hear the cold start. Everybody be quiet. Starts up just fine. Let me turn down the blowerage a bit. So first thing off the bat is we have no power steering, and it could be anything from just the loose connection up to the power steering motor being bad, or even the steering rack. So who knows, I have no idea at the moment. The windscreen is dirty, I'm sorry for that. I haven't done much cleaning other than what you call it now, antibacterial wiping everything, so it would be reasonable to touch for me. But yeah, let's drive, not talk that much. Yeah, it started. Oh shit. Yeah, now we get some steering. As you can see, I'm not how to say, I'm not fooling around. This steering wheel action takes both hands from me, and I'm a fairly large human being, so you'd assume I have some strength. But yeah, this is how heavy it is. It will get lighter, but basically the power and steering light will stay on. Somehow the guy selling the car like tricked it so that when I went to see it, the power steering light wasn't on and it was somewhat working. But now, yeah, good luck to the poor steerer of this vehicle. As always, we have some nonsense going on between the buildings here. First destination of this trip is, the coolant is like not low, it's just between low and full. So me being a bit pedantic, I will buy some coolant and like make it full. So that's where the first leg of this trip is taking us. Errors that we have: check VSC and check tire pressure system. Like, who gives a shit about the tire pressure system? And I'm pretty sure the traction control error is in relation to the power steering not working. But other than that, I mean, for a piece of shit used car, it drives and runs well. The gearbox works. I think it's one of those, what do you call it now? Variator? Basically the shit that Toyota uses. I've been fooling around a little because this is really the first, my very own rear-wheel drive car. And when you floor it, it sometimes shifts weirdly, then it doesn't shift at all. But on normal driving it works. I mean, it works just fine. One other thing that we have are those shitty tires. God awful tires. But these will have to make do. I have to first figure out the problem with the power steering. If it is just a simple plug being faulty, not connecting well, then I'm over the moon. But I have to figure it out for sure first before making any further moves with this car. But as you can see, yeah, I mean, if you have the hand strength, then it drives fine. I tried to do the reset of the calibration of the power steering system. So this happened. I mean, whatever, it won't be any worse. Basically, you just toggle the ignition on and off 2 times in a row, and then on the 3rd time you just yank the steering wheel quickly to the right twice. It did reset the light, but it came back on instantly. So there's something more wrong than just, you know, some sort of VCU error. Took a minute or so, but we're moving again. Some buster has broken down with their Mazda there. A really unfortunate spot. I sometimes go and try to help those people by pushing their car away, but not at this current moment. We got stuff to do basically, not to play random Robin Hood to random people. But yeah, cruising behind the bus here. Other than the super heavy steering, I mean, this car is fine. Obviously, it's a worn out car in every sense of the word, but not to the point of braking. It's still driving normally. It's blowing warm air. The engine temp stays where it should. One headlight is busted, like the high beam onto the right side is out. But yeah, even though the seat looks sturdy and saggy and shit, but it feels nice to sit in, so no complaints in that department too. Obviously Lexus is I found out not so fancy as Audi. Seats are like 5-way adjustable, basically not as many way adjustable as on my A8, which has like 12 or I don't know 15 way adjustment, but I mean it goes up and down, and the backrest goes up and down too. That's all you really need, to be honest. Yeah, but now I'm gonna go buy some coolant, and then I'll be back out again driving, getting this arm workout here on. Yeah, it's a workout and a half, I must say. But all good. I have the strength to drive this car. This is my car, and it actually is my car for a change. It's on my name. But yeah, coolant. I'm a sucker of thinking that if I treat things well, they will treat me well back. So I just added a little of this Liquimoly MOS2 oil additive. So we would have a good relationship with the car. Now, I'm a firm believer of sort of like not karma, because it's purely practical what I'm doing. I'm not hoping on just good thoughts and shit. But I believe that if you treat your stuff well, talking about material possessions, like especially vehicles and stuff, then they will treat you well back. They will, if you're gonna do the occasional hoon, they will not, or these, or whatever, will not break down on you, and will treat you well in a sense that they will keep running and won't break down. Especially if you're hooning a little, so that the situation won't become dangerous to you. So that's why I added a little of that Liquimoly oil additive. Made sure that the coolant is full, so that when I lay a mean peel like I like to in this car, then you know it. At least I will have an engine. In the end of the day, an engine that runs, which means I have a brake boostage and stuff like that, which is kind of necessary if you're hooning and all of a sudden you want to stop or whatever. The car will keep you safe at the end of the day. If you treated it with respect, it will treat you back with respect. But I don't know, this drive again is not gonna be something too interesting. I'm just heading off to work here. Have to work too sometimes. So what else? I mean, yeah, as you can see, another vehicle that drives, sorta, kinda. There's a lot of things that if I would be keeping this car to myself, I would want to improve. Like, look at this condom on the steering wheel. There is a chance that under this condom there's a perfect steering wheel. A slim chance, but still there is. Some people use seat covers and shit, and just because they want to, I don't know, save the seats for I don't know who else after them. But there is a slim chance that you know, we have a good steering wheel under it. Well, I made a couple of knife nicks on the steering wheel myself, but whatever. It's 10 times better than this fucking horse shit. Fucking crap. Fucking idiots. I haven't taken it off yet. I might. I don't know how long I'm gonna be keeping this car. I bought it obviously to make a little profit on it, but seems that it's kind of difficult. All said and done, this may be my first genuine L car, but that's how just life works. I just got a bit carried away on this. Seemed a better deal than it is. Yeah, that's what business is all about in the end of the day. So yeah, like I said, I have no clue how long am I going to keep this car. It's a fair runner. I mean, I'll take it. I guess for resale purposes, the main problem on this car is that it's a 3.5 liter petrol vehicle, which most people in Estonia do not like because of the fuel consumption purely. They'd rather have a diesel and have those fuel consumption numbers low. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I drive so little that, you know, to me it makes no difference whatsoever. Yeah, all my diesel cars have been V10 TDIs, 5 liter V10 TDIs, which do basically consume the same amount of fuel as my petrol cars do, so big difference. Yeah, as you can see, it's like dragging the gears, so the gearbox definitely needs at least a fluid change, gearbox oil change, but it's shifting, so I guess we're good in that sense. We want to lay a mean peel for you guys, but I just don't want to do it. There we go, there's a gear. I don't want to do it in traffic. I don't want to behave like a hooligan just because there's no one around. Hell yeah, brother, I'm laying peels with this one. These shitty studded tires that it has, and no regrets. Can burn these off. Yesterday did the first burnouts in my life. I don't know. It's sort of different kind of fun that I'm used to, but fun nevertheless. Ooh, these ruts are bad. Another red light, but this should be a quick one. Look at these insane ruts in front of me. Like, this is bottoming out stuff. But yeah, let's get into first lane. Let's just chill behind this leaf. There's some nice wet asphalt here. Good for a peel, but like I said, I'm not gonna lay peels when driving to downtown. But as you can hear, all quiet, rolls nicely. I haven't heard any squeaks or rattles from the suspension, so it's like it's a nice cheap runabout. Yeah, minus the power steering not working. That's really the only main issue at the moment. And the shitty tires, but you know, tires I can change. I'm just thinking on whether I would want to go and buy. I have a set of used tires that I've picked out, but I don't want to waste that money before I figure this power steering issue out. I just don't want to throw 100 euros away. Let's say this power steering issue, it shouldn't be expensive either way. I can source the parts and like do the diagnosis myself, or at least like at minimal I'll find the motor and I get it changed. It's a small gamble, but if it fixes it, then I'm basically just paying for labor. If it doesn't fix it, then I'm in a hole anyway, so it makes no difference whatsoever. Like we're not talking about we're never talking about thousands of euros on these junkers. That's why I love these. Like literally, this car cost me 2,655 euros and 55 cents. And I'm sure there's people around with a lease payment like 1/3 of that, and I got the whole car for myself. I outright own it for like 2,600, so it's never gonna be a massive L, even if it ends up in a scrapper. But ideally, I would want to get it, you know, spruced up good enough that somebody can use it as a driver, and then sell it. And obviously, I wanna spend minimal money, but I don't want to do anything in a poor, in a half-assed way. So everything I do, all the input I put into this is gonna be decent. It's gonna be usable. So I'm not gonna like the tires I've chosen are not some cheap Chinese tires, but Michelin's and stuff like that. So these are used tires, but good brand tires. And listen to this, like there's no sound. It's idling so quiet behind the traffic light here, waiting for the green light to go. It's just idling perfectly quiet. So if I have any faith in anything on this car, then the engine is fine. I hope. I hope so. I don't want to jinx it now, but at least the engine just purrs dead quiet. No problem. Yeah, just cruising to work. I'll be there in a second, so let's see, do I have anything else to tell you about this car? I'm not sure. My videos get a few views. I'm not sure how popular this part is, me just driving and rambling. But whatever. Let's. I guess let's finish the ride. The internet won't be running out of space, so whatever. My video is 5 minutes longer or shorter. Who cares? Yeah. All you can hear driving like this, cruising, are the shitty ass studded tires. Other than that, dead quiet. As a Lexus should be, but this is like a 2,700 euro Lexus, and it still is pretty nice to drive in. It needs all sort of maintenance, don't get me wrong, but it drives perfectly fine. Like no issues whatsoever. Crazy taxi in front of us. Let's try to catch the green. Okay, he's going out of my way. Catch the green lights, so we wouldn't be stuck behind the red. We can roll down the hill, get that 12.7 liter, 100 kilometer fuel consumption down. Yeah. Other than the heavy steering wheel, it's a doozy. A really comfortable drive. Okay, I guess we're gonna end up behind the red light here. If we don't, then it's nice. Nah. Yeah, get out of my way, stupid Toyota. Stupid peasant in your Toyota. Let the Lexus by. People of higher stature, get out of the way of them in your peasant Toyota. Well, I guess this about wraps it up too, because I got like 2 sets of lights to cross, and then I'm gonna hope that the parking spot, which I will be paying for, is available. So that's a double insult if a paid parking slot is not available. Luckily, I don't have to be at work for too long, so won't cost that much. But yeah, I mean, a Lexus, never had one before, and I must say I have nothing negative about a Lexus. I mean, 2005, exactly the period I like the cars from. Owned by piece of shit people before me, but even that hasn't like squeezed all the juice out of it. Still runs and drives decently enough for something for this money. And yeah, guess I'll be signing out from here. Peace. I'm gonna turn in and park and go do some work stuff. Fucking perfect, the parking spot for me. I guess somebody was looking out for me somewhere.